It's on.
All right, give me a couple more words.
Test 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Testing 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. About to go live. Let me know when you're ready, Jazz. Hallelujah. Well, saints of God, 3, 2, 1. Well, saints of God, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. You're tuned in to Change Water, Change Mind. Pastor David Patan. We want to say that God is doing great and mighty things, and we are talking about how to make your body healthy, how to avoid getting sick in an era of when all the people around you are catching coronavirus, people around you are obese, people around you with diabetes type 2, cancer, all of these sicknesses and diseases that are all around us. And we're trying to figure out how to eliminate these diseases from our bodies. And Pastor Patan is an official food over medicine coach, instructor, and also, saints of God, a counselor. So we can counsel you to reverse diseases in 21 to 30 days. In 90 days, you literally start your genome on another level. Your body begins to eat up cancer in your body if it's still there, eradicating the cancer cells, because no disease can live in an alkaline, oxygenated environment. Many of you are listening to me today. You're trying to figure out, how do you do it? Well, you can't do it by yourself, and you've got to do it with somebody. And that's why God allowed me to become a coach. Because without a coach, you literally are on the field without any guidance. You're trying to get rid of something that you didn't know you had caught. You're trying to eliminate diabetes type 2 without even knowing how you got it, and you don't know how to prevent it, because if you did know how to prevent it, you would not have it, and you would not be taking metformin, you would not be taking insulin, you would not be taking drugs to get rid of a disease that you can get rid of by eating a better diet. Now, many of you are trying to figure out, is this a black disease? Does it run in the family? No, well, many of you need to talk to me about that. Because if I counsel you, if I coach you, then you'll understand that there are many myths that are in our community that people are generating. Because you're black, you're obese. Because you're black, you have diabetes. Because you're black, you have high blood pressure. Because you're black, you have cholesterol problems. Because you're black, you have a heart disease, coronary artery disease. You have gout and arthritis. And these things don't run in the family. They don't run in the community. They run through your mouth. And when you eat them, you get them. And what I've been training you to do for the last 13 years, because 13 years we've been teaching you for this moment. And so don't panic because of the coronavirus. It's time now to buckle down. It's time now to get your mind right. It's time to start thinking, how can I get out of what I've already gotten myself into? Simply by being on the planet, you're in something and you can't get out, and the only way out is death. But you can stay here if you live. And that's why Jesus said, I've come that you might have what? Life, and have life in abundance. And so Pastor Patan, because of God giving me wisdom to buy truth and not to sell it. Proverbs 23 and 23 says, buy wisdom and do not sell it. Buy the truth, do not sell it. Buy wisdom, buy knowledge, and buy understanding. You've got to buy into. People die for lack of knowledge. You don't die because you know how to live. You die because you didn't know how to live. And that's why we've got to get you to understand the only way to make you smart is to get you to study to show yourself approved. Study food. Study water, study the word. And when you study, you manipulate the bad thoughts with the good thoughts. You manipulate medication with illumination. And illumination tells you, if I eat better, I get better. If I eat better, I look better. If I eat better, I'm going to be better. If I eat better, I become more spiritual. If I eat better, my preaching, my teaching. You got to see this. If you want to live to see your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, you got to plan your life. You're not going to just live a haphazard life and think you're going to live a long life. Many of us are passing because we're passing by the promise. God promised you 70, but saints of God, you need to know that God wants you to live even longer than that because of health, because of strength, because of wisdom, because of knowledge. And so the Seventh-day Adventists, because of their diet, they're the longest livers. Why aren't the Christians living longer? Why won't they listen to the Seventh-day Adventists? Are we against God? Are we against Jesus? No. We just don't know. And we think that if we pray over our food, then our food is going to be blessed. Well, your food is going to be blessed, but your body is going to consume the diseases if you eat meat, the diseases if you eat the cow, the diseases if you eat the pig, the diseases if you eat the turkey, the diseases because of the blood, because of the metabolites, because of the hormones, the steroids, the prescription medication, because of the fats, because of the diseases. And this is what you're listening to. Change your water, change your mind. Food over medicine, the conversation is continuing. And many of you know that if you drink the right water, the water with oxygen, not the one you're buying at the store, because many people say, Pastor Batten, I'm drinking this water, I'm drinking that water, and I'm not here to talk to you about what you're drinking. I'm here to tell you what you ought to be drinking. And what you ought to be drinking is a water with oxygen. When God designed your body, He designed your body to be oxygenated. If your brain is oxygenated, if your blood is oxygenated, if your body is oxygenated, no disease can live in an oxygenated alkaline environment. And so if you put your body in an acid environment, acidosis, hypoxia, what happens is you allow your body to contract diseases. You allow your body to develop cancer, to develop diabetes type 2, to develop cholesterol, to develop coronary artery disease, to develop high blood pressure, to develop obesity, to develop these diseases, gout, arthritis, diverticulitis, fibromyalgia, all these names of all these diseases, dementia, Alzheimer's, these diseases are totally reversible because they deal with the blood maladies. If we are understanding that if we clean the blood, we clean the body. Come on, we clean the blood, we clean the body. The number to call, because some of you are calling right now, is 504-701-4711. That's 701-4711. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to sample the best water in the world. You're going to be able to look at some of the soups that have literally reversed people's coronary artery disease, reverse diabetes type 2, reverse their high blood pressure, reverse their cholesterol in 21 days. So stop telling me that you're going to be taking medication for the rest of your life for a diabetes situation that is a food disorder. And so if you have diabetes type 2 and you're willing to eat the right things, it's okay to eat the starches. You just need to know which ones. It's okay to eat rice. It's okay to eat potatoes because those are low glycemic items. They're not going to spike your sugar, but you can't eat anything in an abundance that's over what you should be eating. Diabetes type 2 is a oil deficiency. You have too much oil in your body. So your omega-6s surrounding your cells is not allowing the sugars to get to your muscles. So because you have too much sugar in your blood, that's called sugar diabetes, diabetes type 2. But this is it. The pancreas is only deficient because now the liver is compromised. You have fatty liver. 10 years, your liver has been overworked. And because your liver's been overworked for 10 years, now the pancreas is compromised. Now you have diabetes type 2, but they failed to realize that they should have told you that your liver is also bad and your kidneys are going to go bad because of the metformin and the insulin. So if you take medication for diabetes type 2, your kidneys are going to be not working like they should be, and you're going to be on dialysis. You're going to be facing amputations. You're going to be facing all types of illnesses, blindness. They should have told you the truth. And one of the things that I've got to tell you is the truth, because the truth is going to make me free, and it should set you free. But you don't have to be a diabetic after listening to me today. Matter of fact, stop calling yourself what the doctor told you. See, the doctor told you had diabetes. He didn't tell you were diabetic. And we misconstrued the information, and we begin to call ourselves a diabetic, which means now you are part of a family of diseases. Now, how do I reverse this diabetes type 2? Well, reversing diabetes type 2, it takes 3 days of strict fasting, water only. And if you do the water only, the body goes into glucose neugenesis. Glucose neugenesis allows the body to flush all of the fats off of the cells that's surrounded by the omega-6. The omega-6s is all that preservatives that you had from fast food, all the preservatives from all the food that's in the box, all the preservatives from the things that you've eaten that came out of the box instead of that came from the farm. And so you've allowed yourself to be toxic because of what you've eaten, because it was already ready and you didn't prepare it. Somebody prepared it. They prepared it years ago and you still ate it. And so we want you to know that in order for you to reverse this diabetes type 2, 3 days fast, water only. Many of you can't do that because you just won't do it. And many of you know if I eat right. No, it's not eating right because you don't know how to eat right. You got to first think right to eat right. And so this is what a coach is all about. This is what an instructor is all about. This is what counseling is all about. If you don't get the proper coaching and counseling and instructing, you see, there's a reason that the football teams have coaches. There's a reason that they have nutritional coaches. There's a reason they have strength coaches. Every coach is designed to do a particular task. Pastor Batan's particular task is to get you not only spiritually ready, but to get you physically ready. And so many of you who are out there listening to me, and your physical bodies need to be put back in shape. Your physical bodies are not in shape to fight off this virus. Your immune system is not sufficient enough to fight off this respiratory virus. And what happens is, saints of God, when your body is not right, these viruses find the weakness. And wherever the weakness is, the virus will find it. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get you straight. I'm trying to get you to eat the right things. So diabetes type 2, 3 days of fasting. In the next 17 days, soups in the water. Yes. Oh, Pastor Patan, it's so restrictive. Well, do you want diabetes for the rest of your life? Do you want to suffer the rest of your life? Or do you really want to live a clean life, a healthy life? I mean, Christians are supposed to be disciplined. Remember, Jesus said, those of you who believe, that's the beginning. But if you believe and you continue in my word, many of you, saints of God, you're listening to Pastor Patan, and you're understanding that he's talking about reversing diabetes type 2. But I'm not only talking about just reversing diabetes type 2, because when you begin to reverse a disease, I see you, Sister Tanya, out there, when you begin to reverse a disease, you literally turn off cancer. You turn off cholesterol problems. You turn off high blood pressure. You turn off gout and arthritis. So what are you saying? When I start working on my diabetes, I start working on my obesity. I start working on my high blood pressure. I start working on my gout, my arthritis, my fibromyalgia, diverticulitis. All of these diseases, people are telling me I'm supposed to have this for the rest of my life. Why are you believing that you're going to have a disease for the rest of your life? And if you're planning on living 30, 40 years, why would you want to live with a disease that you've got to take medicine for the next 30 years? It's not going to happen. This is the question you should ask your doctor. Doctor, when am I going to stop taking this medication? When am I going to not have high blood pressure anymore? When am I not going to have diabetes type 2 anymore? When am I not going to have this cholesterol problem anymore? When am I not going to have this coronary artery disease anymore? You've got to start asking the questions. And if you don't ask the questions, well, the doctor's already answered the question. He's given you the medication that you're going to be on for the rest of your life. And if you don't think that's the truth, well, ask anybody who's taking medication and ask them when are they going to get off of whatever they've been on for the last 15 years. High blood pressure, 15 years, 20 years, diabetes medication, 10. Saints of God, this is not natural for a disease that have been proven and scientifically proven, medically proven, that in 21 days, 21 days you can reverse diabetes type 2. 21 days you can reverse that high blood pressure that you've been thinking that's been running your family for how many years, I don't even know. But you've got to decide that you want to live right. And how do you do it? Call me and ask me. 504-701-4711 in the Little John Funeral Home. Miss Peggy Littlejohn just spoke to her, and she's sponsoring 10 people for free. That's $50 a month that she's going to sponsor you to be on the Food Over Medicine coaching program. Now, saints of God, Little John Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of the Food Over Medicine and Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. And those of you who understand what we've been doing here, for the last 15 years, we've been teaching people about alkaline, oxygenated, microclustered, ionized water. And so those of you who need the services of Little John Funeral Home know some people, because people are still passing from this coronavirus. And so please have them call 940-0045. That's 940-0045. And I want you to call me, because I have started my insurance company. But a lot of people can't even get insurance because of the illnesses that they have, the kidney failures, the diabetes type 2, the cancers. I have a company that will literally write you without asking questions about your diabetes, your cancer, and that number to call is what? 701-4711. 701-4711. I'm not saying you're going to die. I'm saying all of us need insurance in case we do die prematurely or just die abruptly. So with that in mind, Little John Funeral Home, the Way Jesus Christ Christian Church, the Way Whole Water Store right there on Washington Avenue, because some of you can come today. Come by today, 2135 Washington Avenue, on the corner of Washington and Loyola, and try out this Element 8X water. I'm telling you this, guy, when you drink this water, if it doesn't change your life while you're drinking it, I'll give you $5 just for come and try it. I don't care how many of y'all come. If you come, you try it, and I'm talking about changing within 5 minutes. While you're drinking it, it's going to do what it does. Why? Because water works. It's just like anything you put in your body. If you put something good in your body, you're going to have a good reaction. Put something bad, you're going to have a bad reaction. And that's why I'm trying to tell you it's no longer acceptable for you to go around talking about your diabetes as if you're going to be passing on to somebody else. Nobody wants your diabetes. Nobody wants your cancer. Nobody wants your cholesterol problem. Nobody wants your high blood pressure. And guess what? You should not want it either. It's time out for the church talking about God's going to answer prayer. He's already answered the prayer. He sent the word to heal your diseases. And today you need to find out, how do you get rid of this high blood pressure and stop taking this medication that's compromising your body? And this is what we want to do. After you get rid of this high blood pressure, after you get rid of this diabetes type 2, don't just go back to the things that you did to get it. You got to stay on the plan. You need to change your lifestyle, change your life cycle, because if you don't change where you're going, you're going to still end up in the same destination. And that's why, saints, God, bypass surgery doesn't work. That's why angioplasty doesn't work. Pastor Batan, how do you know all of this? Where are you getting all this information from? Lord have mercy. I'm getting it from studying. I'm getting it from the doctors. Dr. Joe Furman, Dr. Caldwell Eston, Dr. Dean Ornish. In 1985, Dr. Dean Ornish decided to do a study and found out that coronary artery disease can be reversed. That's right. You can prevent your heart attack right now. You can start right now. Since 1985, we've known that when you change what you eat, you can change your destiny. You don't need a cardiologist to tell you you need to stop eating meat. Pastor Patan right now on this show is telling you that you can start reversing your coronary artery disease. What do you mean, Pastor Patan? All of us, if you're over 10 years old, have coronary artery disease because all of us have been eating the same fats, the same fast food, but the last 3.5 years, I've eaten no meat. And so for the last 3.5 years, I've literally cleaned some of my artery components. My endothelium cells inside my arteries have grown back. Now I can break down my food in my arteries, Sister Johnson, because I'm now able to have my endothelium cells start to breaking down in the artery. For those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, it's just like plaque building up in your arteries. Once the plaque covers your endothelium cells, then you're changing your life. Your life cycle is not only diminished, you're going to die a lot sooner than you're supposed to, but you can clean that up by putting a Drano in your arteries, by putting a Drano in your capillaries, by putting a Drano in your veins. Why? Because the water works as an elixir. It goes into the body, it begins breaking down that plaque, that calcium deposit in your arteries. Your endothelium cells come back to life. Now, it takes a little while to flush your arteries because this is not Drano that you're putting in your body. You're literally putting water. No soft drinks, no energy drinks, no thirst quenchers, no acid drinks, just alkaline oxygenated water, element 8, goes in the body, starts flushing. You urinate, you eliminate, and you sweat. And what happens is you are now performing surgery on your own body. And so Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn also did a study on heart disease. What did he find? Same thing, plant-based diet. When you go with the plant-based diet, your body begins to renew itself. You begin to get younger. Saints of God, your telomeres and the telomeres, they start indicating that you now have a longer lifespan because you change what you eat. What do you mean that, Pastor Patan? I'm telling you that your body now can tell you, you added 10 years to your life. Pastor Patan is telling you how to add 10 years to your life. No, I don't have to pray for you to add 10 years of your life. I need to tell you what to eat to get 10 years more, to get 20 years more. And the longer you do it, the longer you live, you don't have any breakdown of your capillaries and your arteries in your brain. That's called dementia. That's called Alzheimer's. And so water, flush the brain, flush the capillaries, flush the arteries, flush the vessels in your brain, flush the brain. Why? The brain is surrounded by salt water. Saints, our ministers need to get on board. They need to start talking about this message of health. Because if Jesus came to set the captives free, we need to start being free from the slavery of eating fast food. The faster the food, the faster we line up. And saints, I'm talking about diabetes type 2. But many of you out there in our community have kidney failure. We have people who have testimonies about how this water helps the kidney recover. If you're on kidney dialysis, if you have kidney problems, because if you're doing this diabetes type 2, then the kidneys is the next thing that's going to happen to you. And so we want to prevent amputation. We want to prevent you having to take medication. We want to prevent this metformin. We want to prevent this insulin. We want to prevent the cholesterol medications, the Crestor and the Lipitor and all these things, and the blood pressure medications, the Lisinopril. Saints, so many of you are taking medicine ill-advised. So many of you taking medication without properly taking the medication. So many of you taking medication without having to need to take it. And so why do you take blood pressure medication? Well, I take it in the morning. Why do you take it in the morning? Did you take your blood pressure when you took it in the morning? No, I just took it. No, you can't take medicine without taking your blood pressure, without taking your A1C. You got to take your condition before you take the medication. It's like having another drink on top of being drunk. You can't do it like that. So if your body is normal, why are you taking blood pressure medication for a blood pressure that's already normal? What's going to happen, Pastor Patan? You're going to make your blood pressure too low. And now you're going to be dizzy, you're going to be lethargic, your blood pressure, your food is not going to digest. And so you got to get to the place where you're understanding, Pastor Patan, I need a coach. I need a counselor. I need instruction. And so for those of you listening and understand that you need me, and I know you need me for free, Little John Funeral Home is giving this time to you for you to get this free coaching. You come in and get the alkaline water, come in and get the soups, and the diabetes type 2 is going to be gone. We're about to take a break, but I want you to know, call me at 504-701-4711. It's 504-701-4711. We're about to take a break, but call your family, call your friends. Let them know you tuned in to Change Your Water, Change Your Mind, Food of Medicine. God bless you. See you on the other side.